Happy Halloween. I hope you had a good summer. As you can see, the project is looking very pretty. But before I begin, can I remind you to click the subscribe button and reminder bell below, letting you know when we have a new video and telling YouTube to offer our channel to more viewers. A truck full of insulation material greeted my arrival when I visited the site several weeks ago. We are using two types of insulation for the townhomes. Batt, which is a fiberglass wall that serves as soundproofing between internal walls such as laundry rooms and AC closets, which is what you can see being fitted here. And FI foil, which is a reflective insulation technology, but more about that in a minute. This pink material, to give it its full grandiose name of sound attenuating batt, significantly reduces the noise that can travel between rooms. But not only does it keep the noise down, it also is a fire rated material, so even more reason to use this pink fluffy stuff, which is nice to ruffle in your hand, by the way. And this, if you're wondering, is the exhaust for the tumble dryer when it gets fitted. Moving on from the ever so nice to play with pink fluffy stuff, let's talk about FI foil. This material is very easy to install and is made by blending high grade aluminium foil with a tough natural layer of craft paper which has a polythene coating. It's designed to block 97% of heat transfer, and as you can see is less bulkier than other insulation material, and it's very easy to handle and apply. The material employs expander technology to create a gap between the foil and paper. This separation creates reflective air pockets, which is why you can see a reflection on the wall as the material is being applied. Anyway, this significantly boosts the insulation's effectiveness. These air pockets create energy efficiency by keeping the air at an ambient temperature, which will give our townhomes a total environment that's comfortable, so no hot or cold spots around these homes. I wasn't joking when I said this material is easy to handle and apply, was I? Insulation adhesive and a pair of scissors. That's all you need. Oh, and a pole with a thingamajig on the end of it. The other important component needed in the application of this material is skill and balance, and no fear of heights like yours truly. But watching this guy lean across the lift shaft 3 floors up made me kind of nervous. The painstaking task of lining every wall that touches the outside with this 5 foil took a full 5 days, and even though the material is easy to work with, it's a laborious job. But doing it right the first time is essential if the outcome is to be able to live in a comfortably climate controlled home. So using this relatively new technology, again shown here, enables you to do this. Oh, how exciting! This is the first time I've seen drywall on the project site floor. Soon all the interior walls and ceilings will be covered with these 8 by 4 foot 5/8 of an inch thick gypsum paper coated plasterboard. And the first hardware in a new build is the bathtub. It needs to be filled with water to check for leaks, but in any event, when doors and cabinetry are in situ, it's hard then to fit a bathtub. And this is the last time you're going to see the miles of electrical cable, plumbing, AC ducts and gas lines all uncovered before the drywall is applied to the walls and the ceilings. This intricate network of cables and pipes is truly, in my opinion, a wonder to be seen. And now that we are nearing the end of the infrastructure, it's worth taking one last look before we travel from this to this. Early one morning, just as the sun was rising. There, I've just proved it. I have no shame. But anyway, last week I got up very early and I witnessed the delivery of 900 8x4 sheets of gypsum sheetrock drywall. And this is one of several gentlemen that helped orchestrate this ballet of moving the sheetrock off the truck and into the various townhomes on the project site. So let me give you an idea of the enormity of the amounts of material that we're going to need for this project. And remember, even though we're using some heavy lifting machinery here, this drywall has to be manhandled off the cranes onto dollies and manoeuvred around the interior of the site. No easy task, believe me, I was just sweating filming this. The numbers are staggering. Each one of these sheets weighs 70.5 pounds, which means that over the next week, and yes, that's all it's going to take as we have a big crew on hand, that we will be cutting and hanging a total of 63,450 pounds of drywall sheets. Now, in context, that is nearly 32 tons of material that will be at some point manhandled, put on walls and ceilings and screwed down, or up as the case may be. Do you want to know how drywall is made? Of course you do. Although we know drywall is made from gypsum, the actual mineral is called calcium sulfate hydrate, which is mined from the ground. Now, a lot of gypsum is mined in Nova Scotia, Canada, which is where our drywall for this project is coming from. The mined gypsum is ground up into a powder, mixed with water and thickening agents, that makes a paste which is then poured into a mould on top of a thick paper, and then more of the same paper is put on top. The mould is placed into a high temperature oven and baked into the hardened plaster boards you see here. Now you're going to see what I mean by screwing down and up, as another set of craftspeople now have to cut, hang and screw the drywall boards in place. And when you see these guys on stilts running around like athletes, you understand that this is a craft and skill in every sense of the word. Here is another fascinating statistic, that we will use 28,800 screws weighing just over 90 pounds battening down these drywall boards. And while I am on about fascinating statistics, we are going to use just over a square mile of drywall on this project. Amazing. So as I mentioned before, the city has to inspect the installation of the drywall and the way that it's been screwed to the battens on the wall and ceiling frames. Now, this may seem quite silly, but in actuality it's an important inspection, because the way these boards are fastened down will make sure that the fire rating of the board's integrity is not compromised. And of course, no homeowner wants to see cracks appearing in their walls after they move in, so this inspection, as I said, is important. And now for the finished product. These guys balancing on a small metal frame high up in one of the unit stairwells are priming the stair stringers for the powder coat which is going to be applied in the next few weeks. Again, it's important they get this job right, otherwise the powder coat will not adhere. Even though it's primer, I think the stringers are starting to look good, really good. I've always said that apart from the location, the general design of these fabulous properties that the floating stairs is one of the unique selling features of these townhomes, and I just can't wait to see them finished. Like everything else in life, skilled people make hard tasks look simple. And this is a prime example. Just getting the plaster mix absolutely spot on so the drywall paper tape can be applied to all the drywall joints is so important. And that term, papering over the cracks, has never been more appropriate than in this instance. Here, a drywall tape gun on a pole is being used to apply mud to the ceiling and walls. There are several tools that can help you apply the paper tape to the drywall, but in large-scale commercial applications, which is what this is even though we are talking luxury development, this particular tool helps apply the drywall tape. Drywall tape helps bond together adjacent sheets of drywall. Doing this creates continuity and helps reduce any motion or cracking. And when we refer to mudding, this is what you just saw being mixed. It is solely in conjunction with this paper tape for the purpose to strengthen and smooth the drywall joints. The mudding is applied in 2 or 3 coats, and between each coat the mud compound is finely sanded and then another layer is added. At the end of this process, any paint applied to the drywall after the walls have been primed will not show any undulations or seams, which is why the skill of the artisan mixing, applying and smoothing the tape and mud is critical to a beautiful outcome where the walls and ceiling are absolutely perfect after the final paint coat is applied. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of find it very therapeutic, if not hypnotic, to watch these artisans at work. It fascinates me, as you can see. So before I leave you to see how all the 3 units turned out with most of the work done, please can I remind you, if you have not done so yet, to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below, and also to press the reminder bell so you get all the latest updates. Anyway, whether you're an investor or just plain curious, I think you will be excited by all the progress we have made and the fact that we are bang on schedule to finish this project in March 2025. And with that, I will see you all next month.